Get started because I have another Zoom after this with a newbie that I'm super excited to add into our group. I'm really excited. So let's get started. Sadie, you good?
Yeah. You want me to go or are you going?
You can go first. Are you doing Instagram?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna screen share so I can show everybody what I'm doing. 1 second.
Are you still logged in as me? Yes. Okay.
So if you guys are wondering why we grow our network, I'm sure a lot of you are tapped out of your warm market, right? You get started, you sell maybe you sell a bunch of lashes to your Facebook friends, your family, and stuff like that, and then after a month or 2 months, whatever, things start to die down for you. And that is because you probably aren't growing your network. And what that means is adding new people to your social media to interact with, to talk to, build relationships with. Sorry. There we go. To be building new relationships with, and then in turn, selling them lashes and having people join your team. Because if you have, let's say you have 1,500 friends on Facebook and you don't grow your network, you don't add any new people, eventually you're going to tap out of 1,500 people. Same thing on Instagram. So you have to constantly be growing the number of people that you are marketing to. So I am going to go over Instagram. Hope is going to go over Facebook. It's because I'm better at Instagram. She's better at Facebook. So on Instagram, I like to follow at least 30 people a day. And the reason why is because when in the morning, when I'm growing my network, it's my IPA. When I'm going through and doing that, it's so easy to follow at least 30 people. Okay, there's days where I follow over 100 people. It really just depends how much I time block throughout the day. But once I get on one of those sprees, I just go. So I follow at least 30 people every single day. Not all of them are going to follow you back. So there's some days that I follow 30 people and none of them follow me back. It's just, you got to keep doing it. It's a non-negotiable for your business every single day. When you're looking for people to follow, okay, this is important. This is super, super important. You want to find people that relate to you, like the things that you like, the things that you do, your hobbies. Maybe you're a mom, a dog mom, college student. Because I'm a mom, right? If I go and follow a bunch of sorority girls, maybe some of them follow me back. They have nothing to interact with me on. They probably don't care to see my pictures of my kids and my dogs. Because they're out doing totally different things than I am. So they're not going to comment on my stuff. I'm not going to have stuff to comment on their post. So there's going to be no relationship built there. So you want to find people that have the same interests as you, that will have an easy time interacting on your stuff, and then vice versa, you interacting on theirs. So literally anything. If you have hobbies, TV shows, I've been posting a lot about my love for the Vampire Diaries. Okay. And I've been growing my network that way, finding girls that love Damon Salvatore and the Vampire Diaries. If you're a nurse, Kendall is going to school to be a nurse. If your husband works on the pipeline, if you're a military wife, your favorite foods, or if you like to drink wine, if you're on a certain diet, you guys, literally everything in your life, you can find somebody that relates to you. Yeah, Steph has chickens, so she can find people that have chickens and they can relate about their chickens that they have. So a big thing for me is when I was pregnant, I went and found people that were at the same week as me, so 32 weeks or 40 weeks or whatever. So literally everything like that. So I'm going to show you what I do to grow my network. Okay, I'm screen sharing, so I'm going to show you. Let's see, what do I want to do first? The first thing I'm going to show you is hashtags. Hashtags are huge. Actually, I don't know if I can show you hashtags right now because Instagram blocked them. but I can try. Okay, let's just go to stay-at-home mom, right? Usually there's a tab at the top here under learn more that says top posts, recent posts. I like to go to recent posts, but Instagram blocked those for the election for whatever reason. So I usually go through and I will find a person, like I'll click on her, okay? And I'll probably go to her profile, maybe look at her stuff, and then follow her. And then I scroll through here and I just find people to follow through this feed, okay? And there's also a follow button at the top by her name. You can follow her from right there. So I just followed her. I also, when I'm doing this, will go to, you see these likes right here, people liking her stuff. I will go there. Why is it gonna take forever to load, of course? Okay, you get the point. I will go to their likes and I will go down and follow people that are liking their stuff, because people who are liking other people's stuff on Instagram or commenting are probably already active on Instagram. They're already interacting on other people's stuff. I don't want to follow dead accounts because that's just like a waste of space. They're never going to see my stuff. So I like to go through people's comments and likes. And if I go to her likes, it's not a good one. Let's try this one. See this person at the top here, Adriana, she's actually my cousin. She's already following this person. So I'm not gonna go to people that what I meant to say is she's in network marketing. So I'm not gonna go through and take her audience. Like I'm not gonna click on her profile and go take her people. You should not be poaching other Lash Girls audiences. Don't do that, please. Don't go to your teammates and poach their audience. That is not a good way to grow your audience. So I do that through hashtags. You can also do places. So go to places. Let's see, what's a place around here around me? We'll just do Chicago because I live within like an hour of Chicago. So you can go to surrounding towns or the town you live in, like restaurants where you live, stores, events, literally anything. So I'm gonna click Chicago, and then there's the top, and then there's a recent tab. So I can go through and find people that are in my area so that we can connect on that level. And actually it's pretty cool if you can like get affiliates under you that are in your area, because then you guys can have like team meetups and do content shoots. I know Hope has a bunch of girls in her area that she does this with. So that's pretty awesome. The next thing is, let's see here, pages. So I'm actually gonna go to my feed. This is something that I used to do all of the time. Okay, so we're just gonna use this picture as an example. There are pages on Instagram that are meant for like growing a community. So I go to those pages and I follow people who are tagging those pages. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. So this picture of my daughter, Rosalie, when I was pregnant, I used to tag like all these pregnancy pages. You see the little circle in the left-hand corner with the person? That means that someone's tagged in this picture. So Treasured Childhood and the one under it, the bump, are both pages. So I'm gonna go to Treasured Childhood. See, these are literally just moms sharing their kids. And if you go to the right, the box on the right, these are all the people tagging this page, okay? So it's like a whole new feed, a whole new network of people to find. So all of these girls are tagging this page, so I can go through and follow these people. See, she tagged a ton of different pages. I also go through these people that are tagging to find new ideas for new pages, and then I write them down in the notes section of my phone, and then I can tag them in my photos. Then I get exposure on this page, on this feed. I know that was a lot, but it works. So I went through that. I went through likes and comments. Also, you guys, when I'm scrolling my feed on Instagram, the people that I do follow, I go through and look at like people who are interacting with them, as long as they're not in network marketing. If they're not in network marketing, then I take their audience. Interacting, god dang it. Interacting is huge, okay? When you comment on people's stuff and you like people's stuff, you're gonna get more exposure, okay? People are gonna start seeing your stuff. I even go through and interact on the explore page. Maybe I don't follow those big bloggers, but I do comment on their stuff because more than likely there's smaller bloggers that are going through those comments and following people too. So it also gets your engagement up and builds those relationships with people. The next thing that I wanted to show you is sharing people's stuff. Okay, so if you see a blogger or a DIYer share something cute, I'm going to show you this girl. I did this the other day. So she shares the cutest shit. She's not in network marketing. She literally just has her own little Instagram blog. She does a ton of cute crafts for her kids. So what I did was she made this mat. And you know what I did? I thought it was cute, and I went down to this little airplane down here, and I shared her to my story and was like, what's her name? Sierra. Sierra makes the cutest DIYs. You know what she did when I tagged her in my story? She reshared it to her story. So then her network, watching her stories, seeing her tag me on her story. So I got a couple of follows that way. So just sharing other content creators' things in your story, they're more than likely gonna repost that, and then you're gonna get more exposure that way. The next thing I have is sharing valuable content. Okay. By valuable content, I mean something super inspirational or teaching people things. This is what reels are great for, because people, when they see something valuable, they're going to share it to their story. You know, I see a ton of people every single day sharing random memes. I shared one like a week or two ago about a girl teaching how to do CPR on a child. Okay. I'm not saying you have to go make a reel on how to do that, but people will share valuable or entertaining things back to their story, and then that's going to get you more exposure. But all of these things that I just talked about, okay, they're not going to matter if your Instagram doesn't look like something people want to follow. And this is where the aesthetic part of it comes in. You want to be taking clear, bright, crisp pictures that people don't have to like study to see what it is. You don't want to throw up a dark, blurry, like yellow toned picture, because more than likely people aren't going to follow you back if that's what your feed is full of, or if you're just posting graphics or just pictures of your lashes. You need to be providing consistent, valuable, good content. If you haven't yet, go to Etsy and buy a preset, or go download the Teza app, just to make sure your little squares, your pictures all look cohesive, because you have about 20 seconds, if that, to catch someone's attention for them to follow you back. And if your feed is not aesthetically pleasing, you're probably not going to get the follow backs that you're looking for. You're not going to grow your network in the way that you want to. It is your storefront. Okay. I take pride in my Instagram because I work really, really hard on it. And I also want you guys to keep in mind, growing your network takes a lot of time. I started 4 years ago almost with 150 followers, and I'm just now getting to like 3,400, I think. So it does take time, but continue to build relationships with those people. Don't just follow them and have them follow you back and never do anything with them. So that is what I have for Instagram. Hope, it is your turn.
Okay. I always learn something from Sadie. I love when she does trainings. Even I'm still learning stuff. Facebook is my jam. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you know that I literally post my entire life on there. I love me some Facebook. So I'm really good at growing my network on Facebook, whereas I'm still learning with Instagram. So for starters, I know that a lot of you utilize Facebook groups so that you're not posting, you're not like spamming your Facebook wall with a ton of posts. So I know that a lot of you do Facebook groups. My biggest piece of advice there is make sure that you are engaging your members that are in that group. Don't just add them to the group and then never do anything interactive in your group. You don't just want to be posting products all day every day. You want to get them engaged. You want to post something that's going to get their attention. That way they're going to be more likely to invite their friends. Oops.
At least it wasn't just me.
That was weird. Sadie did you log out of like me where you were screen sharing?
Well, I went to log out and there was 2 buttons, and I think one said leave meeting and one said end meeting for all, and I think I pressed the wrong one.
Smooth. Okay. Anyways, so if you're in a Facebook group, engage your members. That way they are more likely to invite their network into your group. Also encourage them to add people into your group. So, I've seen girls do, as soon as we reach 300 members in the group, I'm going to do a giveaway. So, if you invite 50 people to the group, you're going to get a discount on your next order, something like that. You want to give them some sort of incentive to want to add their network to your group, because groups, they are amazing. I've seen them be really successful for a lot of people. However, they really limit your network, because I have almost 2,000 friends on Facebook, but I know for a fact that if I had a Facebook group, I would maybe have 300 or 400 people in the group. So I'm narrowing down from 2,000 people to 400 people. Yes, it's my target audience, but it's still, I'm only reaching 400 people at that point. So you want to make sure that you're engaging the current members and making sure that they're having a good experience so that they're inviting their network in. Joining Facebook groups. Don't just go join any sort of random Facebook group. You want to make sure that people that you're adding to your network are people that you relate to and that you wouldn't mind doing business with if at some point they ordered lashes, loved the lashes, and chose to be a part of your team. You want to make sure that these are people that you would want to work with. So you don't have to be too picky, because then you're just going to spend way too much time investigating every single person that you add. But just a quick overview, make sure you're looking at who you're adding. So go to groups that you would be interested in. So I'm in a Instapot group so that I can learn different recipes for my Instapot. I'm in several mom groups, which those are just brutal. Sometimes I really don't know why I want to add girls from there because those are rough. Dog groups. I know Steph lives or has a farm or something with chickens, farm life group. Oh, people are so hopping on now. Is that you are relating to. If you love makeup, join makeup groups. That's always a good one too. I know, I don't think Ashley's on here, but Ashley actually had a girl join her team off of a makeup group that she was a part of. That's a really good idea if you're into makeup. I would never join a makeup group because this is what I look like. But find things that relate to you and join those groups, and like people that are active in the groups or people that you're consistently interacting with on posts and things, shoot them a friend request. Just add them to your network so that they already know you and they trust you, so that you want to have them start seeing your business posts. Okay, I'm gonna preface this really quick. Okay, ask permission before you do this next one. Okay, don't just go out and do it. You need to ask permission. Okay, so adding friends of your friends. Okay, so I know that there's a fine line here, you guys, okay, between adding other people's networks where that can be considered poaching. That's not what we're doing. That's not what I'm saying here, okay? For instance, I have done this, adding my friends' friends. I have my very best friend in the entire world. Her name is Jade. She wouldn't be caught dead in a network marketing gig. She just never would. She supports me. She buys lashes from me. She claps for me when I do things, but it's just not her jam. So I asked her, I said, hey, since it's not your jam and I know that you're never going to join my business, can I add the girls that are on your friends list? And she said, yeah, go for it. So I was able to add her entire network. And by doing that, when they see that she's my mutual friend, I've already built a little bit of trust because they know her and they trust her. So when they see my post, especially because I post about her a lot because she's my best friend, they know her, they trust her, they know that she knows me and she trusts me. So by default, they're more likely to not know me, but trust me and order a product from me. So again, fine line. Don't just go adding people's networks just for shits and giggles. Make sure you're finding the right people and you're asking them if it's okay. Another one on Facebook is suggested friends. However, don't just when you're scrolling through and the suggested friends bar pops up and it's people that are always on there and it says that you have 200 mutual friends with them. Don't just add every single person on your suggested friends list. Click on the see all button and scroll through a little bit, because more than likely the first 10 to 15 people on your suggested friends list are already in this business. They're either on your Sideline Sisters team, they're your upline, they're even maybe your downline. don't just add random people from your suggested friends list, because they're probably already in the business and you're just wasting, like, bringing new people into your network. They see your posts first. So when you make a post and you've added a whole bunch of Lash girls, you're not going to get any engagement because they're already in the business. So make sure you're scrolling through, click on their profile, make sure that they're not associated with the Lash business. If you're looking at your mutual friends with them and you're noticing that it's all Lash girls, don't add them, because either A, they're already on the Lash team, or B, there's 10 other girls trying to get them to join their team. We're not in the business of competing. Just don't add them. But the suggested friends list, if you can scroll past all the current Lash girls, is a really good tool to utilize. Oh, this one's not really growing your network. It's kind of helping your current network see what you're posting. Is, as I'm growing, I'll go through my friends list, and if you go to your friends list and you're scrolling through and you see a gray profile picture that doesn't have an actual picture, usually that means that they have deactivated their Facebook account. If you think that they're going to reactivate it, maybe they only deactivated it because of the election. I've been running into that a lot. I don't always unfriend all of those accounts, but if you know that they have deactivated their account, you don't really talk to them, just go ahead and unfriend them, because you don't want your post showing up for dead accounts. It's just, go ahead and unfollow those or unfriend those. Also, something else is, if you're scrolling through and you see someone that is just consistently like really negative, is consistently like hateful, especially during like this season, if you're scrolling through and you see people that are just like really negatively impacting your headspace, do not feel guilty about unfollowing or unfriending those people, because you do run the risk of these people eventually wanting to join your business. And trust me, you do not want hateful, nasty people joining your business, because if they're hateful and nasty in their personal life, they're going to come into your business and be hateful and nasty in our chat, to the downline. You don't want to deal with that. So don't feel guilty about unfriending or unfollowing people that do not bring you joy when you're scrolling on your Facebook feed. Another one outside of groups is pages. So pages, you're not going to get as much interact page or a mom like boutique pages, not necessarily groups, but pages. It's a little harder because you're not posting and interacting with people, but you can go and see other people who have liked that page, and you already know that you've got something in common with them. You just go through and add like 10 girls that have liked that same page and add them to your network. The last one that I have, and I've done this several times, is if you're on Instagram, because we all know it's a little bit easier to grow your network. Well, maybe you don't know, but eventually you'll learn. It is a little bit easier to grow your network on Instagram. People are far more willing to hit the follow button versus the add friend button. But if you're on Instagram, and for instance, there's this girl, I'm not going to say her name, but there's this girl on my Instagram that she is like on my vision board of girls on my team. Okay. She doesn't know it. I've never talked to her about lashes, but I have sent her screenshot to Sadie before, where I'm like, I want this girl on my team. I know she'd be good on our team. She's got good content. She's super bubbly. I love her presence on social media. Okay. And she is not associated with a direct sales company. I went and found her on Facebook and added her. So now she's seeing me on 2 different platforms. Okay. I'm interacting with her on both platforms. So if you're on one platform, Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and you see someone that you're like, I really like the vibe that this person's giving off, I like their content, I like who they are, and they're not associated with a direct sales company already, make sure of that, because again, we are not in the business of poaching. Go ahead and add them on your other social medias. That way they're seeing you in different areas. Plus, in this day and age, like, we're all friends through social media, really. So the more that they are getting exposed to you, the more that they're going to trust you. So if they're seeing you on 2 different platforms, the more likely they are to trust you. That is all that I had for Facebook. Does anybody have any questions? Or Sadie, do you have anything to add? Sorry, my husband's called me like 3 times while we're on this.
I just have one more small, tiny thing to add. So I know we're going to get this question probably about other network marketers. Like, I'm sure you're wondering, do you accept their friend requests? Do you let them follow you? And I don't seek out other network marketers, okay? I don't want to go follow other network marketers, but if they follow me or they add me on Facebook, I'm not going to decline them. I've had other people in network marketing companies buy lashes from me, and I plan on buying their product from them. You can support other network marketers. It's okay. I don't know when, where, why this stigma came around that like other network marketers should not be friends or not be on social media with each other, but I do allow them to follow my pages, to add me as a friend. I do get a lot of cold messages, but I either ignore them or I politely say, no, thank you. I'm happy with my company, and move on. That's just the one thing that I had to add because I know someone's going to ask about that.
I really like that. I do not seek out people in other direct sales companies, but I do have people in other direct sales companies add me all the time. I will say, you guys, I'm just going to be honest here. I was in another company when I was introduced to Tori Bell. I was not poached to come here. The girl that I bought lashes from did not reach out to me. It was very organic. I was with another company. I saw her posting about the lashes. I ordered them as a customer. This is why you should, if somebody adds you, accept it, because you just never know who, if they're in their home, if they're happy where they're at, you don't know. You don't want to poach them and beg them to come to you, but you also don't want to pass up the opportunity to find their home, because I had been with my other company for 3 years and I was just straight up not having a good time. Came here very, very, very organically, and now I'm at home. Like, this is where I needed to be. So had I not been friends with this girl on Facebook, even though we were not on the same team in our last company, we should not have been friends on Facebook, I wouldn't have found myself here. So definitely accept people's friend requests that are in other companies, but don't seek them out. Okay. We don't want to come off with bad integrity. But that's all I have. Does anyone have any questions? I'll pull up the chat real quick just to see. Okay, cool. Well, we'll probably have to upload this in 2 different sections, a Facebook training and an Instagram training, since we got cut off. But
I think
all
I can
right,
do it.
well, smooth move, Sadie. Okay, well, we will send pictures of the new lashes and stuff into the chat as soon as it comes through, like more clear pictures. And they said that the graphics would be uploaded to the back office either late tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for those. And as soon as anybody sees them, just send them to the chat. But okay, good night, you guys.